when she comes, so we can start already. Maybe she's having some problems, I don't know. Should we start, Dr. Sami?
I think we have to call her again. Dr. Mustafa, did you call her, remind her?
We called her a few minutes ago, at about 5:45, 5:45 we called her.
Yeah, so what she said?
No, she said she'll be ready in 10 minutes.
Maybe technical problems, maybe.
Yeah.
I will try to call her. I will try to call her again.
Well, there's you. Hello. Hello. Assalamu alaikum. What's happening? You're having connection problems.
Just give me a few minutes because my Wi-Fi, I don't know, it's breaking up.
Okay. Okay. So you're trying to connect.
I'm trying my data now.
Okay. Okay.
I'm trying to connect. Just talk something, just keep the audience thing, but I'm online anyway.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get my connection.
Okay, fine. Okay. Okay. We are waiting for you though. Okay, she has got some connection problems. She is trying to connect. So she says we could start, and then if she is available, she will join in if she's solved her problems. So shall we start, Dr. Sami?
I think it's hard to say anything about New Zealand. If Dr. Hisham here, I think he worked with them last time. Dr. Hisham Birdar.
Yeah, he's not here.
Not here. دكتور مصطفى كلمت الدكتور هشام؟
نعم كلمته. Yes, I talked with him and he
كلمني
told me that he will come. He will attend.
كلمه خليه يحضر. So please, if you ask Dr. Hisham.
Yeah, I'll call him now, inshallah.
Okay. Inshallah. Okay. Brother Zainul, I think you visit New Zealand many times.
Yeah, maybe what I'll do is I will start the program now. We'll have a little discussion.
Yes.
And then when she joins in, we can continue. Okay? So let me start. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
But if you, Brother Zainul, if you ask Brother Engineering Muad to start, because we live on Facebook, Brother Muad.
Okay, I will start on Facebook. I think if we start with CV and general negotiation, it's okay.
Inshallah. Okay. Yeah, Brother Zainul, yes.
Can we start?
For Lebanon,
yes.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear brothers and sisters, we'd like to welcome all of you onto this webinar. We are about to start with the discussion on New Zealand. We are waiting for Sister ثمينة Ashraf or ثمينة Anwar, who's been allocated the slot to speak this evening with us. Evening here in South Africa, it's about 5 o'clock. I think it's 6 o'clock for Makkah time and Istanbul and Europe as well. And I know that it's 3 o'clock in the morning in New Zealand. So, and Sister ثمينة is having some difficulties with her connections. So I think before we start, I'm going to ask ourselves to read Fatiha for the people of Lebanon. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. We are very, very saddened by the events that have taken place in Lebanon. We really don't know what has happened there, but I think the damage that has been done has been really enormous, and I think it'll be a major setback for the people of Lebanon. There are lots of lives that have been lost, and there are lots of people that have been displaced as well, and lots of people that have been injured. It is really a tragic event that has taken place beyond our imagination, and I think beyond the imagination of the people of Lebanon as well. And may Allah protect us all from all calamities, inshallah. So I don't know if Dr. Hisham is here, but I can just briefly tell you a little bit about New Zealand. I have a son who lives in New Zealand. I have visited New Zealand twice. It is a country that is very far from all of us, I think. Just by a flight from Dubai to New Zealand is about 17 hours, 17 hours. From South Africa, we can go via Sydney, Australia. But if one has to take a flight from the Middle East, then it is really a very long flight, 17 hours. It's a very beautiful country. It has been voted and recognized as probably the most Islamic country in the world, with its policies and so forth. And we know that when that terrorist attack took place in Christchurch, was it last year? The Prime Minister came out very clearly the Prime Minister came out very strongly and very clearly in support of the Muslim community there in New Zealand. And in fact, the whole community rallied around the Muslim community. There were people that were bringing flowers to the mosques and so forth. I need to just take an emergency call here. Let me just write a message here. So just
okay, brother. Never mind. If Dr. Hisham here, Brother Zainul, if Dr. Hisham,
is Dr.
you can discuss with him. Where's Dr. Hisham? Dr. Mustafa?
I called him, but he didn't reply. Although he told me that he will attend and participate. He told me that he want to participate, but until now he didn't enter the session.
Yes, so is Dr. Hisham with us yet?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Okay. So as I was saying, so that's the story in New Zealand. It's got a very small Muslim population, about 50,000 Muslims in New Zealand, but it has got a very well-established network of mosques, madaris, and there are lots of good people there from all over the world. I know that there are quite a few South Africans, Fijians, some brothers from the Arab countries. I have met some very beautiful brothers from Egypt and Syria. and we've had good soccer with them actually in New Zealand, just playing on Saturday afternoons with them. We've also had good visitations with them, good families, and we still keep in touch with them. So alhamdulillah, you know, I think we're very fortunate to have a presence of a sister like ثمينة in New Zealand. There's also other brothers and sisters there that are very active in the community. So we'd like to welcome all of them, and we'd like to you know, be part of them as well, as part of the Muslim Ummah. Although they're quite far away from us, we really feel that you know, we are part of them and they are part of us as well. And we'd like to hear more about the Waqf in New Zealand. So if there's anybody else that would like to say a few words, you're welcome to just join in the conversation. If Dr. Zidane is there, you can also contribute. I see Abdul Qadir Chachi is there. He is from the Islamic Development Bank on the Awqaf Fund. So we'd like to welcome him. Abdurrahman Suleiman Muhammad, I don't know him, but I think if our engineer would like to introduce Abdul Qadir, he can just tell us more about perhaps some of the work that is being done in New Zealand.
Dr. Brother Zainul, Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
I think Dr. Hisham will enjoy with us now, right now. I called him, but I would like to ask you questions about New Zealand because you visit them, and I think you have information about Awqaf in New Zealand. I want to know about your view about Awqaf in New Zealand.
Okay, so basically, you know, a few years ago, in fact, ثمينة was one of the people who was instrumental in establishing the Awqaf New Zealand, together with Hussein bin Yunus, who's quite well known to a lot of people. Brother Dr. Hisham Dafterdrar was also involved, and Brother Ismail Waja, who's from South Africa, who's now living in New Zealand. And so they established this organization, and I think Awqaf South Africa was used as a model to establish Awqaf New Zealand. So that's basically our connection between Awqaf South Africa and Awqaf New Zealand. Honestly speaking, you know, Brother Hussein bin Yunus has been very much involved in promoting certain concepts about Waqf, like the Sukuk, smart Waqf, and he's been attending quite a few conferences where he's presented this whole idea about the smart Waqf and the Sukuk. And he's got good fatwa from good organizations in Malaysia. I think it's from the Islamic Research Center. I'm not too sure. A very famous organization in Malaysia that is involved with Islamic finance and research. So he has got even fatwas about establishing this Waqf Sukuk. So he has been able to do all of that, and then there has been some connection between Awqaf New Zealand and the Awqaf Dubai, where they had some projects regarding the Project Salma. I don't know whether you know the Project Salma. Project Salma is about providing food, relief food to like in areas like maybe Palestine or Somalia or other places. And this food is actually prepared in New Zealand and packaged in New Zealand in very high quality materials. And I think Awqaf New Zealand has been involved in that. Furthermore, I can't actually tell you more about it because that's about the discussion or you know, the knowledge that I have. But it would be interesting to see exactly what is being done at the moment and what can be done. I see there are some questions here which Abdurrahman Suleiman has asked. What is the most distinctive feature of New Zealand Waqf practice? What are the challenges that hinder the launch of the practice to its ends? Now, there is an organization in New Zealand which is called FIANZ. That's a Federation of Islamic Organizations of New Zealand. This organization doesn't really have a Waqf as such, and they are not focused on Waqf as maybe we are as OCAF South Africa, because I think they are an organization that have links with all the masajid of New Zealand. So they are linked with all the communities of New Zealand. They are not they're not a funding organization. They're more of a coordinating organization. So they do collect funds as well from the community. But I think that the model that we are talking about of establishing of OCAF with mobilization of capital, mobilization, or informing, educating people about Waqf, I think those are the things that are lacking. And like it's lacking in many other countries, it's also lacking in New Zealand. So we were hoping that, in fact, even OCAF New Zealand would be taking up that challenge of making it a community-based organization. But as we understand it, it is not a community-based organization. It is run by a few people, and it's not really focused on building the whole Waqf system as we would like it to happen. So that is the model that we are running, where we encouraging the public communities everywhere to establish the Waqf system. I need to just mute for a few minutes, if you don't mind.
Okay. Dr. Mustafa? Dr. Mustafa? Brother Muad?
Yes, I am here.
Okay, Khas, I think it's better to postpone the meeting. I think the guest, I tried to contact with him, it's hard to reply. I think I advise you to postpone the meeting until next Friday.
Yes, Brother Zainul, maybe because the technical problem with Dr. ثمينة, so we can delay after maybe next week or after that when we finish our group of speakers, inshallah.
Sorry, I didn't hear that. What would you like to do to move forward?
I say we can postpone this session about the New Zealand Waqf until we can prepare other session after we finish the speakers of our program, maybe after 2 or 3 weeks, inshallah, and she can prepare it very well. The technical problem.
Okay, so I would like to suggest that since we have Abdul Qadir Chachi here, it will be good to just get some insights about what work they're doing in that part of the world. He's from the IDB, if you allow him to speak. You'll have to unmute him. Abdul Qadir, Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. Can you hear me?
Yes, very clearly.
Yes, Brother Zainul. Thank you very much. I am not in IDB. I left IDB 3 years ago.
Okay.
I'm Istanbul Sabahuddin Zaim University teaching Islamic Economic Banking and Finance.
Okay.
And these days I'm in England with my children for Eid, with my family and children, because I'm in England, in Leicester.
Okay, Alhamdulillah.
I'm not here to listen to you and to sister and to Brother Mustafa and to others. I'm not going to talk because I'm not prepared to talk. I have other things to do, but I want to follow and learn from you all.
Okay.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. I think, Brother Zainu, I think it's better to postpone the meeting until next time.
Okay. Barakallahu fi. So, so brothers and sisters, you all heard that. I think we are having difficulty in connecting with Sister ثمينة. It would have been wonderful to have her to talk to us, you know, really speaking about what's actually happening with Waqf in New Zealand, the experience that they are having. And unfortunately, she's unable to connect with us, but we'll try to bring her through in the future, inshallah. Jazakallahu khair. Barakallahu feek. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Okay, please let us know when this when the postponed, when is going to be.
Sorry?
Let us know when is the session going to be, when next.
Okay, yes, we will. But I just want to remind all the brothers there and sisters that tomorrow morning, that will be 1 o'clock your time, 1 o'clock Makkah time, that we are talking to the brothers in Nigeria about the Waqf in Nigeria. So if you are interested in the Waqf of Nigeria, the message has been sent on our group, on our English group. So you are welcome to connect and listen there. We have already almost about 100 attendees, people that have registered for that session. I hope all of them would be able to attend. But I think it would be very, very interesting because this is probably the first time that we engaging now with another African country. And there are lots of academic papers that are coming out from our brothers in Nigeria about Waqf. And so, you know, let's hear what they're doing. And inshallah, we'll also talk to brothers from Tanzania and Mauritius in future programs. So we hope that, you know, we get a good understanding of what's happening about Waqf in these parts of the world as well, inshallah.
Jazakum khair.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam.
It's now nearly about in 10-15 minutes, it's our time for Maghrib here. And so we bid farewell to all of you. Assalamu alaikum.
Salam.
Al-Wida. Assalamu alaikum.